समुपासिता मदम्पास्य मया महान्तस् तीर्थानि चास्तिक धिया नहि सेवितानि देवार्चनं च विधिवन् कृतं कदापि तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम भूतनाथ तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम भूतनाथ तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम भूतनाथ। जय माँ, जय बाबा भूतनाथ जी। I am sharing with you all this interesting journey of Baba Bhoothnath Ji's life, and I'm very happy to share this story. Every time first of all, when I read it, I was very happy. Then when I share it, every time I share it, I feel so happy as if I'm going along with him and seeing him alive. His life story has been very, very inspiring for me for one reason, that in today's life, there are so many preachers who have come from other countries and they are preaching us our own dharma, and then they teach us that we should have only just one guru, follow one organization, follow one God. But this was not how our Sanatan Dharma was. In our Sanatan Dharma, we were allowed to go to different gurus and learn from them different things. And Babaji's life is one like that, which I'm going to talk about now. Babaji, yesterday, as I told you, he was 11-year-old when he left his home in search of Ma Kamakhya. And he was tired and he reached to this one little small ashram. He was on his way to Darjeeling, and on the way, somewhere in between, he just saw one ashram of Baba Ramdas, and he was tired and he went there and he said, Babaji, I'm very hungry. Babaji said, my little kid, we are sorry, but we are sadhus. We don't cook every time. We have little food, and we only eat once a day. So today you can't have anything. Just have this glass of water. Tomorrow, I promise, you stay here and we'll give you food. Babaji stayed there the whole night. In the morning, he got up and he saw all the sadhus were busy doing their meditation, their chanting. Some of them went out, plucked some banana trunks, and from that they took out the main vegetable, and then they took out some mountain plants by which they will make the food. So when there is a special vegetable made out of banana trunks, you cut the banana trunks and then you go on peeling them. Inside, when you peel off everything, there will be a white tube inside, and that is very healthy, very nutritious. So you cut them, you chop them, and then you can cook and make sabzis, or you can make it in anything, porridge or anything with that. So that next day, these sadhus, they got this banana, little small trunk, they cut it, and then they got all those herbs and all those nice leafy vegetables, and then they made a khichdi. Khichdi is a porridge made out of some pulses and some rice, and then they mixed everything, and then they made a very hot khichdi, and they offered it to the Lord. In that ashram, the temple was of Lord Ramchandra. They offered that khichdi to Lord Ramchandra, and then all the sadhus sat down and they brought the khichdi to Baba Bhoothnath also. Baba Bhoothnath was just a kid, and he had that khichdi only next day at 2 o'clock. So poor kid was hungry from the previous day he left home till the next day he was hungry, till the next day 2 o'clock. After having the khichdi, he still stayed there, and then Sant Ramdas started giving him some work. He would take care of the ashram. There were cows, so he would take care of the cows. And Sant Ramdas was very happy with him. Sant Ramdas then gave him the kanthi, the tulsi bead, and then he gave him Ram Naam, and he told him, you must chant this Ram Naam every day. This is your mantra. And Baba Bhoothnath Ji would do as the Guru had told him. So he would clean up the ashram every day, clean up the murtis, dress them up, take care of the kitchen, take everything, and then do his chanting regularly. Few days passed. He was still a kid. Remember, he was only just 11-year-old. Few days passed, few months passed, and then he was like, I'm missing my mom, I'm missing home, I want to go back. And then he went to his master, Baba Ramdas, and he said, Babaji, I'm really missing home, can I go? Sant Ramdas said, yes, why not, go back. So he said, tomorrow I'll leave. He's like, okay, leave. Next day morning, early morning, Babaji got up. And it was winter season, it was very cold. He left the ashram. While he was walking, it was very foggy and very dense fog. He could not see anything, so he kept walking. He must have walked quite a bit, around close to 11 miles. And it was, after some time the sun came and the fog was gone. Fog went away, and then he could clearly see the roads, and then he realized that he has reached near a river, and on that river there is a wooden bridge. He crossed the wooden bridge and went to the other side. And by that time the sun had come fully, and it was 11 o'clock, and he was very tired walking since morning. He thought, let me just take a little rest and then I'll walk further. Just remember, this is a story of when he was born in 1899. So add 11 years to that. So it was what, 1910. So it's that old story. So in those days, there were no cars, fast cars like we have today, or there were no planes to connect to places. There are no trains to connect to places. The only mode would be walking, or there would be trucks, but not the way it is today. So this little kid, Baba Bhoothnath Ji was a kid that time. He walked and then he crossed this river, and then he was very tired. He said, okay, let me just take a little rest. And then he went below a tree and slept there for some time. And after a while, after sleeping, he was well rested and his body was warm enough. He got up. Then he said, where do I go now? He kept walking, and while he was walking, there's a road which goes from the place where they were, from Shillong to Mall Place, and then from there to Naupur. That road, he wanted to take that road. And there's a left road which goes to Darjeeling. So he said, okay, I have to go to meet my mother. I will go to Darjeeling. He took that road to Darjeeling. While he was walking, he was tired. Then there was a truck that was going on the road. He stopped the truck driver. The truck driver said, where do you want to go? He said, I want to go to Darjeeling. The truck driver said, I'm not going that far, but I will drop you halfway through. He said, okay. He sat down in the truck. Then the truck driver took him to some distance, and the truck driver dropped him at a place which was far, like 8 miles away, still 8 miles away from Darjeeling. He dropped him there. Babaji got down. And then he walked further he walked. And then while on this way, he thought, do I really want to go to my mother? Why did I leave my house? I left my house for Ma Kamakhya. I have not yet seen Ma Kamakhya. I have not yet completed that part. If I go back to my physical mother, to my birth-giving mother, maybe my journey will be incomplete. Anyways, I have left the house. So my birth parents must have come to terms that I am not there. Why should I go again? I have left the house for realizing the ultimate truth. The world back there is the same. It must not have changed. I will meet the same teacher. I'll meet the same people. Same busy worldly life. I don't want that. I want to see the highest truth mentioned by Ramakrishna Paramahansa. I want to experience the highest truth mentioned by Buddha, by Mahavir. I left home for that. Maybe I should control my emotions. And I should use my wisdom at this point of time. So at that junction, at that moment, Babaji kept thinking like this: emotion and sometimes wisdom, emotion, heart and mind fighting with each other. And then later on he said, no, I want to see Ma Kamakhya in this lifetime itself. I will realize the highest truth. Everything else can wait. But my search for God, but my search for Ma cannot wait. And he decided, okay, I am not going to my mother's place anymore. I will be going in search of Ma Kamakhya. And he took a U-turn. And he didn't go back. He decided to go further in search of Ma Kamakhya. And while he was walking, he went further, and it was again same. Evening came, and then he was like, he had to rest somewhere. And then from far off, he saw a temple. Actually, he first saw a flag. And then he realized, seeing the flag, oh, this is a Shiva temple. He just started walking towards the Shiva temple. When he went to the Shiva temple, he saw there were a lot of devotees. Then there is a Shivling there, and a lot of devotees are sitting in front of Shivling, and they are singing the Ram Naam Kirtan. He had already got the Ram Naam from Ramdas. So he said he also sat down with all of them and he started singing the Ram Naam Kirtan. After the Kirtan was over, everybody looked at him, a small kid who has come. And then they're like, from where are you come? And then he told everything about himself. And they said, okay, that's fine. You can stay here tonight for the ashram, or you can stay for a few more days. And they took this little kid, Babaji, to their main guru there. And the main guru there was Kathia Baba. Kathia Baba was a very Siddha saint of that time. And he met and he saw Baba Bhoothnath Ji, a small kid. He was very happy. Looking at the kid, he came to know that he is not an ordinary kid who has left his house for the search of mother. He was very happy. He said, you stay in this ashram for some time and you understand what sadhana is and do the sadhanas as everybody else is doing. And Baba Bhoothnath Ji stayed in that Shiv Mandir. Every day he would sincerely chant the Ram Naam mantra as given to him by his first guru, Baba Ramdas. After some time, his sadhana became very strong. He grew up a little big, and then one day he approached Kathia Baba again and he said, Babaji, I had left home in search of Ma Kamakhya and I want to search her. So I think I should move from here now. Can I go further? Babaji said, yes, go. And then he left the ashram, and after that he reached to, he kept walking, as I told you, that place you have to only walk. After leaving Kathia Baba's ashram, he moved towards Kalimpong. And in Kalimpong, he reached to another saint's ashram. He was Saint Shantadas, Acharya Shantadas. Shantadas was a great teacher of, great sadhak, great practitioner of Ma Tara. So his Devi was Tara. And he had a siddhi of breathing fire from his mouth. So he could breathe that much fire from his mouth. And Babaji reached to Santadas's ashram, and Babaji stayed there for some time, and he was very natural at serving the saints, and by his service the saints would become happy. And Shantadas saw that, oh, this kid loves Ma Kamakhya so much, and I must also give him some mantras. And Shantadas gave him the Tara mantra as well as the Amrit mantra. And under his guidance, Babaji performed this sadhana. He received the blessings there itself. And after receiving the blessings of Ma Tara and his another guru Shantadas, Babaji said, Gurudev, I have come to see Ma Kamakhya. So I think this sadhana is over. Can I move ahead? Can I move forward towards my search? Shantadas said, yes, you should go. But before that, for doing any Shakti sadhana, you must do Shiv sadhana. And Shiv and Shakti together, when you're doing that sadhana, you also have to do Bhairav sadhana. Unless these three happen, you will not be successful in your Kamakhya sadhana. So do the Mahakal sadhana, do Shiv sadhana. On Shantadas's guidance, Baba Bhoothnath said, fine, I will do my Mahakal sadhana. What should I do? Shantadas guided him to go to another place called Kalimpong, and in Kalimpong there is a cave of Lord Shiva in the top of a mountain. You should go there and you should do your sadhana in that cave. Babaji said okay. Babaji left him there, and he took a pony. With the pony he traveled almost 50 kilometers. After that, Baba Bhoothnath Ji left the pony, and then he had to walk on the top of the mountain. When he walked, he reached near the cave. The specialty of the cave is that if you are a devotee, you will very easily get inside a cave. It does not matter whether you are thin or whether you are obese. It doesn't really matter. But if you are not a devotee, you will not be able to enter in the cave. You will always feel that there is some pressure which is being applied on you, and you can't enter, and you will be thrown out of the cave. Babaji was an ardent devotee of Ma, and he was so saintly, obviously. The roads were clear for him. He entered the cave, and there he sat down with full devotion looking at Lord Shiva. He meditated for a long time, and after some time he saw that there was another man around 28 years old, young, and he was sitting and he was very effulgent, and he was also doing some meditation. After the young man's meditation was over, Babaji approached him and spoke to him that what was he doing? And the young saint said, I was praying to Mahakal. I'm doing my Mahakal sadhana. Babaji said, my Gurudevs told me to do Mahakal sadhana and Mahakal Bhairav sadhana. Can you please teach me? Can you please guide me? And this young man guided him fully. Babaji stayed in that Mahakal Gufa for some time. And after that, Babaji said, let me go to Nepal, because Nepal is a land of tantrics. And what happened after that, we will discuss in the next videos. It's a very interesting journey of our Bhoothnath Ji, meeting so many saints. And in the next video, he will be meeting another saint and he'll be completing his Hanuman sadhana. So stay tuned and we'll see you in the next video. Jai Ma, Jai Gurudev.